Good afternoon, everybody. Christine Barconi here in the NBC4i Streaming Center, joined by Jerod Smalley, who is back in, I think, one of his favorite places. That would be Los Angeles, California. Where are you at, Jared?
Again,
What's going on?
yeah, we're accustomed to it, right? We were
Yeah.
here the last week of December for the Rose Bowl on January 1st, and then the first day I came here to SoFi Stadium was the day of the Rose Bowl, the morning of. The infamous Super Bowl promos that you've been seeing on TV were shot that morning in the parking lot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over here and show you what the stadium looks like. So we're at the podium for all the affiliates across the country that'll be doing their live shots for the TV stations and the networks throughout North America. And then here is the what we're going to be looking at. So obviously back there, the spaceship is SoFi. All of the construction that's gone on around here over the last few weeks, all the tenting, way off in the distance, if you can see over there, that is an actual fan tailgate setup back beside a Target.
Wow.
And then over here, the NFL administration building is that little taller building, the white building, narrow, next to the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That is where the NFL administration building is in LA. And then you see all of this additional tenting and like a party area for pregame, postgame. That's all being built right now. And one little tour over here to the left is the Hollywood Park Casino. And that has been a big staging area for a lot of the events over in this area the last couple of years because they knew the stadium was coming and they had built so much of it. And by the way, way over there is LAX, like a 10-minute drive from here to LAX. So if you like, I got a flight after the morning after the game.
Yeah.
I could literally run and grab my car, and probably even in LA traffic, but early on the morning, I could probably get to LAX in 12 minutes.
Okay.
From here. So, yeah, it's a wild setup. The stadium is unlike anything you've ever seen.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to get into that throughout the week, especially tomorrow. But just a fascinating place, and we're here. Bengals aren't here yet, but we're here.
I was going to say, the Bengals get there tomorrow, yeah?
Yep, Bengals are flying here tomorrow, and they had availability this morning, some interviews, pretty in-depth, actually, with several of the guys, including, obviously, Joe Burrow. And it's very interesting how calm and composed they all appear, considering none of them ever been in a situation like this and a venue of this magnitude and opportunity, and they seem to be handling it pretty well. But it's Monday, and the game is Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big curiosity is how they might. It can go one of two ways, right? You either handle it great or you crumble, and there's really no way to tell till you get there.
I had a little chat with Brad earlier, and I wanted to do a story today about how to jump on the Bengals bandwagon because a lot of Ohioans are doing that right now. I'm actually reading some of the comments here. People are saying hello and go Bengals from like Browns fans and Steelers fans and just all of the typical Ohio teams that people cheer for in the States. But you've been a fan for a while, huh, Jer?
Yeah, so like taking my professional hat off and putting that hat on. I grew up in Huntington, West Virginia, so 2.5 hours south of Columbus and about 2.5 hours east of Cincinnati. And it was the closest team to us growing up, so I naturally adopted it. And then, when I was a kid, 1989, the Bengals played the 49ers in the Super Bowl in Miami, and I had genuinely never been more excited to see a game unfold and to see what would happen. And early in the game, the Bengals, their best defensive tackle, a guy named Tim Krumrie, broke his leg. And I remember seeing that. That vision has stuck with me all these years. And the Bengals still, without really scoring an offensive touchdown, had a chance to win the game. And then they got Joe Montana at the very end. And then we never got back. And the one thing about being a Bengals fan is that that when the opportunity happens, you'd better take advantage because it's not common. The windows are really short, and they've got a window right now. They've got an incredible young quarterback, an incredible rookie receiver, They're on their rookie contracts. They've got the team positioned right now to have a rather interesting run. If they're not going to be in the Super Bowl every year, but it'd be very competitive every year. You've got to take advantage when you get your chances. They've got an incredible chance. And so a lot of us who've been following the team for a long time, I think we all understand, like, times now. You know, a lot of people say this is a young team and they're the future and all this, and their offensive line's not very good and they got to work on that. Yeah, all that's true. But right now is their best chance.
That is, I know something that a lot of people are really, really excited for. Especially, I don't know how I became friends with so many Bengals fans. I mean, I knew about this for many, many years, but now I'm like, okay, you guys deserve this. This is awesome because I'm learning more of the history, kind of what you just taught us there, Jerod.
Yeah, and you know, one of the other things that I think we all appreciate in Ohio is it's the first Ohio Super Bowl in 33 years.
Yeah.
We've never won a Super Bowl, period. The Browns have never been in the game. And it does make you appreciate the rarity of the opportunity to get here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's the biggest game in American sports. So the forum is unique. It's a huge disappointment that, and I genuinely believe this. And I say this as a lifelong Bengals fan, you know, again, you know, pro hat off, fan hat on. I say this, understanding all that. The biggest story in the universe would be if the Browns ever made a Super Bowl. Like, I can't fathom the intensity for what would happen if the Browns make a Super Bowl. And I get that sensation now coming here and understanding what that would look like. It would be ridiculous. And it goes to show you the passion that we have in our state for football. And we're overdue. Ohio is overdue for this forum. And been able to, with Ohio State, have those showcases and win national championships and, you know, be in the discussion every year. And you've got an unbelievable setup there. But at the two corners of the state, Northeast and Southwest, it has not been the case. So it's a unique opportunity.
Definitely is. And I think obviously adding to, I don't want to say like the hype, but definitely the excitement of everything is having your leader, having your franchise guy be an Ohio guy, a kid.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Yeah.
mean, and he actually mentioned that this morning again. He's done it a few times the last few weeks, but Joe mentioned it again, just how important it is to him personally to be the quarterback of the Bengals as an Ohio native, understanding the unique position that is and having success in that role, that it's not, this is the story that generations are going to tell their kids about, you know, about the kid from Ohio who grew up, took over that team and led them to unprecedented heights. And this is 2 years removed, by the way, from them losing 14 games. So when you look at the legend of Joey Ballgame, Joey Burrow. And by the way, today he said all the nicknames people give him, Joe Burrow, Joey B, Joey Ballgame, whatever you want. He just wants to be called Joe, and that's perfectly fine. And I think his legend continues to grow. If they win this game Sunday night, I mean, they already named the stadium in Athens after him. I don't know how many statues they build. I don't know how that goes, but it will be a wild reaction.
That's also something that Brad and I actually talked about whenever we sat down to talk about getting on the bandwagon, is that, you know, how cool it is to be a professional athlete in kind of like a Midwestern town.
Sure.
Like, you know, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, for example, you know, just because they're just such a great place to live, in my opinion. I sound like a homer, but whatever. Yeah. Versus like LA, where everybody, including yourself right now, is a celebrity, or there's a high concentration of it.
I think I think we are so fortunate to live where we do, to have the benefits of a big city, but it feel in many ways like a small town. Mm-hmm. You know, I just saw Columbus, the 13th biggest city. We're up from 14 to 13 now in the last census, and you know, we're just so lucky. You know, it's good to be an enormous place that people don't think is enormous. Mm-hmm. And there are so many benefits to that. That's why when I moved to Columbus in 2004, after about 5 months in Columbus, I never wanted to leave, and I haven't. And that's a big reason why. I got to do all the stuff I wanted to do in Columbus, you know, and it's a pretty awesome place. And, you know, when you grow up in a small town in West Virginia, you don't really know what your future is and how big the world really is. And I've experienced how big the world is, and I've done it from Columbus. And I'm really like proud of that, happy about that. And today's, you know, when you're here this week, this is one of those reminders, you know, that you got to do something really cool and, you know, of a big scale, and you try to make the best of it.
The weather doesn't look too bad there either, Jer.
Weather's going to be great all week. It should be like it should be high 70s, almost 80 degrees every day. There is not a cloud anywhere. And I don't think, now you remember though, when we were here for the Rose Bowl, it rained the first 2 days we were here.
Yes.
Solid.
Yes.
Like Ohio rain, hard. And then it became, you know, like normal. But yeah, this is more what you expect from LA. And it's about as good as you can get for February.
Yeah, that's amazing. I just saw the plane behind you very, very low. So now I think I understand truly how close you are to LAX.
Well, let me tell you a quick story about that, because I'll take you back here to the stadium. So you see the stadium, by the way, there's a plane going over right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So they had to change the design of the stadium because of the flight pattern with LAX. They couldn't build the stadium too much higher than it is because, again, you have planes on their approach to the landing spot at LAX. So they had to bring the shelf of the stadium down. So what we're looking at back here, those are actually like the 500 level seats in the stadium. That's not like the middle row. That's the top of the stadium. 6 stories down, it goes down to the stadium floor. So it is well dug out in there. We're looking basically at the top of the stadium. The bulk of the arena, the bowl, scoops well down into the earth there, and that is mainly because of the flight pattern of LAX.
It's kind of like the big house a little bit.
Very much so. Yeah, that's right. Think of the big house with a not really a roof, but a big tent over it, and that's kind of what you got.
So what do you have planned for us this week? What are you going to be showing us, telling us about? Because I know you'll be live from Los Angeles and all of the NBC4 newscasts, probably, you know, double times.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but that's the exciting part, right? It's a chance to get to, you know, to do something cool like we've been saying. And today, I've got something really fun planned. And if you'll take a little field trip with me, I will show you what I've got right here. So this yesterday when I got into town, I went to meet the good people from Wilson Football. They have a setup in the NFL Experience in downtown LA. Mm-hmm. And obviously every football ever made for a Super Bowl has been made in Ada, Ohio.
Sure has.
And obviously this is a unique circumstance for them. 33 years since the last Ohio team was in the game, they've never stamped a ball for the Super Bowl with the team names on it and had an Ohio team on it until now.
Look at that, Jerod.
So that is the beauty. That is the Duke. That is the official Super Bowl football. How it works is each team will get 108 of those guys, 54 for practice, and then 54 for game day. And we'll talk about this tonight at 6 o'clock on the air.
Yeah.
But what they do that's really kind of a cool thing the NFL does is these guys go in and out of the game left and right early in the game. Mm-hmm. Every snap, there's a new football into the game.
Yeah.
Because they then take the football they just put in the game and they use it for charity fundraising. A game-used NFL football from a Super Bowl would obviously fetch a ton of money at charity, so they use it to support a lot of their charitable efforts across the country and across the world. So it's a pretty cool project. Sometimes I've heard that the players in the game don't necessarily love it because a quarterback might really enjoy the feel of a certain ball, and they just keep shipping them one after the other. Some ball might not be, you know, they got to wipe them down so that they have a little bit more tackiness on them,
right.
a little better grip. And sometimes the quarterback will complain the ball is a little slippery in a Super Bowl because of the function. But they have 2 weeks to practice with them. They're accustomed to them. I don't anticipate that's going to be a big issue for Joey Burrow. But that's the beautiful part about being from Ohio is that there are so many elements of the game that are from Ohio that you don't even think about. And obviously the people in Ada, Ohio, there's more than 100 employees at that plant.
Yeah.
This is their life's work. It matters to them. They're deeply passionate about creating that ball and what it means. And you're going to hear from them at 6 o'clock today about having that unique role in football history. And then this year, having some, for lack of a better phrase, pigskin in the game. Like they've got a team that they care about that's on the field. And so that's really cool. They want Joe Burrow to come to the factory, take a tour. Like it's a really cool way to have another element of Ohio in this game.
And how lucky are you that you got that ball? I bet it's going to be on display in the sports office as soon as you get back, huh?
Well, there's already one in there.
Really?
There's one in there from Minnesota a few years ago.
Oh, well, I mean the Bengals one.
Now, this is different. This is a Bengals football.
I was going to say.
Not sure I was ever going to see that. Weird that is to say. Still kind of, have you ever struggled with that? Like since they won the game a week and a half ago, or I guess it was 8 days ago, I have struggled with Super Bowl Bengals. I can't say it. Like it doesn't feel the Super Bowl. I can't say it. It doesn't feel right.
I think because I didn't grow up a fan. I grew up in Eastern Ohio. I was born in Pittsburgh. I haven't had that struggle. I'm just so happy for you guys and the state. Listen, I'm an Ohio girl. I'm always even if it were the Browns, I would cheer for the Browns. Like I want Ohio to do well. Always, period, full stop. So I'm just happy for you guys that are lifelong fans and just like how much joy and happiness this has brought like the state and so many of my friends.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's cool. Have you done a wellness check on Dan Perlman today? How's he doing?
Every day, Dan pokes his head around my little cubicle there and says "Who Day." We talked about we were FaceTiming. I don't know if you. He's gonna get mad at me. He's not watching this. Dan's main form of communication is FaceTime.
Okay.
So we're FaceTime. Cool. We're FaceTime. I don't know. A lot of people know this. So he's FaceTiming me last night, and he shows me that he's got this 6-pack of Houday beer from the 80s.
Okay.
And we were just going over
Wait. Hold on. Is he going to drink it?
Please
say no.
He told somebody that if the Bengals go to the Super Bowl many years ago that he would drink it.
Oh, he's an idiot. Oh my, that's not worth it. That's awful.
I literally said that. Listen.
Oh, I gotta talk to him.
He has a new 6-pack.
So you're talking about his abs. You're not talking about his abs?
No, a new 6-pack of Houday beer.
Does he have a new 6-pack?
Yeah, he's got a new 6-pack of the Houday beer. But we went over our game plan because we watched the game together last week. And so I feel like everybody has to stand in their same positions and wear their same outfits and have the same table at the establishment that we were at for the Super Bowl. I mean, I feel like that's the move, right?
I feel like do whatever you got to do, right? I mean,
I'm here for it.
But then again, I wasn't in Los Angeles last week when they won, and now I'm here, so I feel like I'm not watching it where I was watching it, and maybe I'm doing it wrong.
I think you're okay.
What if I'm ruining all this? Have you thought about that? What if I'm ruining it?
Listen, Jerod, we're already getting hell for overhyping this game. Like you just said that out loud, and
It's the Super Bowl.
I know.
It's literally hype.
We got a comment on Twitter, and normally I don't pay attention to this, but I was laughing. Like, stop overhyping it. You're gonna jinx it, like you did for the Michigan game that we lost. And I was like, no, that was the defense. That was the defense.
Yep. Somehow it's perpetually. I'll tell you what, man. The media blaming is unbelievable in sports, dude.
I was like, no, honey, that was the defense. It wasn't us.
I'll tell you what, I had a tackle at Ohio State. I'll tell you that.
I know. I'm sorry. We're way off. See what I know. All right.
Tremendous.
I know. All right. Colleen's going to kick me out of here. It's time for her far
Oh, the adults are there. Oh, okay. I see how
Yeah,
this is.
Blynn's
The
setting
adults are
up right
pushing
there.
us out.
Yeah, Blinn set up his thing. No, no. Okay, real lights are on.
The grown-ups are
It's
getting.
fine. I'm just live
All
with
right, that's
Jerod
fine.
in Los Angeles.
Hi, Jerod.
Hi, y'all. Hi,
Matthew,
grown-ups.
we're live there, sir.
Oh,
Oh, where? What's happening?
You inserted yourself into this, so now you get to say hi.
I'm now in the program. Hello, Jerod. We're excited to watch the game this weekend. So.
Whoa, are you reading from a script? Are you being held hostage?
Back to me. He can't hear you.
Oh.
This is my show.
It's ridiculous. Well, hey, let's do this again this week. How about Wednesday?
Whatever you want.
Let's do it Wednesday. We'll talk. So tomorrow, real quick, I'm going in the stadium tomorrow to take a tour.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about. I've never been in there before, and I'll learn a little bit more about the process, the construction, how it was done. The field is now painted, so I'll go in there and get to actually see it in real life.
Nice.
The black and orange on the field at the Super Bowl. Pretty psyched about that.
I bet.
So we'll have that on TV tomorrow. But a lot of Bengals stuff today from interviews this morning. Everything's being done virtually this week, all on computer. So we'll have that for you later on today on TV.
Sounds awesome. Looking forward to it. Guys, don't forget that we're going to have the Olympics up until 5 o'clock, and then join us at 5 o'clock for live coverage from everywhere, all Bengals, all the time.
You got it.
I'll say Houday because Jerod's a professional, and I
Cool.
am, bye.
Bye, guys.